I'm Shea. That's Shealyn. As you know, this is Shea Scare Lounge, and we are working on another remix video. This one we're going to talk about some random shit. No TV, no
This is
movies,
ridiculous.
sorry.
This
But
is what you've made me do.
it's still entertaining.
Shake my head.
Hope you enjoy it.
Ooh, kind of works. I never know how much of me you can see. Okay, I gotta tone down. It's fucking.
There you go. Much better.
Yeah,
Still
that's a little bit.
You're like glowing though.
like, like the vampire that I. No, I need to powder my fucking face. You can hear me, okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What was that? The fuck was that?
This is my thing. It tells me to drink water.
Oh my god.
I clearly don't get enough water.
How I look. That's fine. Looks like I have bronzer on, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're glowing.
I was trying to look alive, you know.
That's why I added a filter to mine. I looked very pale.
I always forget that's an option, and I just do makeup, and then I'm like, why? I know. What are you eating? Chips? Don't die, please. Oh, cute.
And I have Reese's. I have a collection of candy going on right now.
I always wonder who buys candy. Apparently, it's you.
It's me. It is all the time. All the time.
You're Lentum. Are you talking to yourself?
Yeah.
As usual. I just like the sound of you chewing.
Yeah, I won't be doing this during the show.
You should. I realize we should have movie candy.
No one wants to hear me chewing though. That's annoying.
Yeah, I think it's like a phobia or something. There's a name for it.
Yes, a very big annoyance as well.
Well, yeah, when somebody's like eating and chewing with their mouth open.
I think it's also like the sound of people chewing or something.
I mean, you just edit all the terrible, behind the scenes anyway into it.
I do.
I've mentioned this before. People try and explain magic tricks to me, and I'm like, don't tell me. Just let me enjoy it and think it exists. Like, there's always that person in the audience who's like, oh, I'm like, shut up. Like, why must you ruin the illusion? That's the beauty of it. Let them do some card trick. Because honestly, I know there is a way to do it, but I couldn't do that. So
I used to do magic tricks when I worked at Uno's.
Really?
Yeah. There was this. You bought these. I was obsessed with the as seen on TV store because there was a store. And so I would go in. I know it's all junk. I know it's trash. And yet I'm obsessed with infomercials and anything as seen on TV. So I would go to the store because there was a physical store and I would buy the dumbest shit. They had a box set VHS of this guy. I forgot what it was called. Jawbreakers. It was called Jawbreakers. And he would teach you magic tricks.
Oh, cool.
And they started off very simple, very easy, and then they progressively got harder. And so I would do that at tables. I would go to my table and be like, let me show you a magic trick because, I'm obnoxious. And
no wonder you ended up at Corvette Diner. Jesus.
So I would go because I thought, what a great icebreaker. I'm not like, hey, I'm like, let me show you a magic trick. I'm awesome. There you go. That's all you need to know. And so I looked ridiculous. If anyone saw me early in the morning, I'm like setting up with like milk and just putting it on my arm for my card trick. So I would pick a card, any card, and they would pick a card and I would somehow get that. I forgot how I did it. They would pick the card. Now I had already written on my arm in milk or creamer the card they were going to choose.
Yeah, so but how do you make sure they pick that card?
I don't remember.
Is it how you hold the deck? Yeah.
Something like that. There's a trick that you get them to hold, you pick the card that you want. And so they picked it. And then I would go write it on a napkin. I would burn the napkin and then take the ashes and rub it into my arm. It's guaranteed to make it I blew them all away. I always get lots of money.
That seems a bit of a fire hazard, but okay. Like, how were your bosses okay with that one?
I don't think anyone paid attention.
Yeah, that's true. Managers aren't out there helping ever, so they don't.
Right.
They're hiding. They're eating in the office.
Exactly.
But wow, I would have tipped you. really well.
Thanks.
Because
Yeah,
I like
no, that was
magic.
like the point. I mean, I would go, and if I knew and I would do it only if I knew I had time with the tables to do it. If it was busy, then I'd be like,
Of
this
course.
takes time. I'm not doing this. I just walk around with like creamer on my arm, but it's fine.
Well, it's like they've been waiting a long time. You better just take their order and go put it in.
Right. Just go and do it. Yeah. Like
I had like
going.
a crazy server nightmare last night. I swear, I haven't been a waitress for 10 years, and it still haunts me. Like it'll forever haunt me.
Oh yeah,
you're in the weeds, you're just sinking.
I remember most of my nightmares, my restaurant nightmares.
Yeah. Somebody sat me 14 tables, which I used to like getting quadruple sat. I can do it, but 14 is a bit much.
That is a bit much.
There's basically no time. And I was like, this is terrible. But then I woke up and I was like, wait, I want to go back to sleep and see if I could make it work. Like in my weird server brain, I was like, I can do this. So.
I've had some crazy dreams. One, I was the hostess. It wasn't at the diner, but it was just at this old restaurant I used to work at called Caro's. They suck. It's where waitresses go to dine.
I remember.
Yeah. And so I was in this one room, and they stuck all the tables together from wall to wall, and we're going to put a big party there. And I was trapped on the other side, and I couldn't get out.
That would happen.
Yeah, I was like, I can't get out. Or my most recent nightmares were I was back at the diner because I hadn't been there in like 10 years. Okay. But I went back to the diner, and I didn't know how to do anything anymore. I'm just wandering around, going in the bag, hanging out, hey, and talking to people I work with. They're working, and I'm like, I'm just hanging out with you guys.
I'm supervising. Yeah. No, trust me, you would hear the songs and you would just start doing the dances again.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are my nightmares that I just don't do my actual job, and I'm just like,
yeah. And I'm always trying to explain that I'm really good normally, but in the dream, I'm really bad, which people don't care. They're like, prove it,
right.
Whatever. I think those will continue forever. I'll think of the people that I said no to getting them ranch, because at the diner, you're supposed to be kind of sassy. Like, can I get ranch? I'm like, no. And then I would forget it. And the people were like, what a bitch. Like, she never brought me the ranch.
I've totally done that.
And then I wake up to do it.
And then that night I'll wake up and be, I forgot the ranch.
Yeah.
Wake up in the middle of the night, cold sweats.
Table 55 never got their ranch. Yeah.
And then you feel bad and haunted for the rest of your life for that when you're like, yeah. I have gone to tables. I've gone to tables, taken their order, like a 2-top. I'm like, this is easy. Here, what do you want? Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, you cool. Go to the computer and went. I forgot what the fuck they ordered. I literally so I went back to because I didn't write it down. Because I'm too cool for that. So I went back to the table and I went, okay, so you saw I didn't write that down, right? What was
I forgot it all. I would be like, I'd be happy that you came to ask me instead of getting it wrong. Because I would always double check with people like that too. If there was one little, but I would write, but for the most part, I think I was fake writing. I don't even know. It's like drawing pictures. I was listening somewhat, but also they're gonna get what I give them.
I honestly don't know how I didn't get in trouble more at the diner, because I would just do the weirdest things.
That's part of it, though. There's so much going on for them to really crack down, I think.
Right. Yeah, I remember I had this one table who ordered a bottle of wine. Who orders wine at the diner?
Didn't you leave the wine key there for them to do it? Or was that not?
No, that wasn't me. So I didn't know how to do the wine thing. So I went and got Vera, and I was like, Vera, can you show us how to do it? I sat with the table, and they're talking.
Yeah.
Right, the two of them, they're just and I tapped the table real hard. I was like, excuse me, we're being fancy. You need to pay attention.
They probably just thought it was part of it.
They did. They thought it was hilarious. I got away with a lot. I dropped lemonade on people, and then I gave them a balloon that said, I rock the lemonade at the Corvette Diner.
Yeah, I feel like they know they're going there where the service was good. I always gave great service and people did, but it's not like the be all end all. What I would tell people is because they'd start ordering when you're dancing. I'm like, I'm dancing here. I can't stop and go refill your Coke. What the fuck? But,
I would just tell everyone ahead of time, I'm going to go dance. So You
No,
can't talk
I'm
to
saying
me.
I would be dancing in the dining car,
No, I know.
literally doing a turn, and some asshole is like,
oh yeah, I know.
shaking his
I would
glass
just
at me.
tell everyone ahead of time, be like, you can't talk to
Yeah.
me.
I'm
gonna
like,
be
just for
dancing.
that, you're not getting a refill for the rest of the meal.
Although one
I'm gonna
time
be petty waitress. Walk away.
I was standing in the diner car and I'm putting in an order. Ricky just thinks he's hilarious. Comes up, stands behind me, and gets the entire diner car's attention.
Oh no.
He goes, attention! Norma Jean is going to sing for you. And then he left.
I love him.
And everyone's staring at me, and I'm like, oh no, no, no.
You're like, not happening.
And someone asked me, he goes, are you going to sing? I'm like, no, I'm not.
You're like,
But thank you very much.
Ricky would. I would have made him come back and sing. You know, he'd do his like la 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 whatever he would do before each birthday.
I miss him so much. He was the best.
I know.
I love him.
Literally the best. But that's how I learned not to like sweat the small stuff being a server. He gave great service, but some things he would forget and people would forgive him because I was his busser at the older diner before. And so I watched him and I was like, you know, you can get away with a lot if like you're charming and you kind of like own up to anything you do wrong. That's what I would do. Like if I messed up, I wasn't blaming the kitchen. I wouldn't blame it. I would blame myself. And I feel like people would tip me accordingly. Like they would be like, oh, well, it's nice that she came and admitted she didn't put our appetizers. You know, I'm like, your meal's here. No,
that is that is definitely where I've learned to just own up to your own mistakes. Because well, what are you gonna do? Get mad about it? Come on now.
Because I'll get people, you know, now servers will come and like they'll say some reason, and I'm like, yo, I saw you over there talking to the bartender. You're probably banging. No big deal, but don't lie to me. Like I know what I did it all myself. I know exactly what you're doing. Don't lie and blame the poor kitchen. It's not their fault. They're really, it's really hot in there.
Yeah. Speaking of Rick, I tried to get him to teach me to dance.
I don't even think he knew the dances. He didn't. Like he would do.
He would leave.
Either he would hide. Yes. I was like, I remember because it'd be like, you know, you're in the dining car, you have to dance with the other.
And Ricky would leave and you're like, in there by yourself.
Dance. I can still have nightmares about that, like having to dance in a damn car by myself. Like, I can't believe I did that job. Looking back, yeah. Because they would get mad if you went to the front, you know, and dance. And I was like, oh,
because everybody should be able to see. But with Ricky, it was what was I saying? I was saying something.
You asked him to teach you to dance. Him
because him and Dottie used to do the swing dancing.
Oh, you mean that kind of dancing?
That dancing, yes. I knew how to do the other ones the best I could. So I asked him to teach me how to do some of the other dance. I have 2 left feet, and I stepped on him multiple times, and he went, "No, you're good."
Ow.
He does the cha-cha. He does like his is more what's it called? Cubit. What's the
yes.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
and it
Dirty
was
Dancing
bad.
one.
Yes, and I wanted to learn it. I was like, "Teach me," and he was like, "Okay." So he's like, I'd step on him, and I'm like double his size because he is a very small man.
Yeah.
And that's why him and Dottie worked well together because she's very tiny and he's very tiny. And then I was like
he's like, ow. He's like, you're great. Don't ever ask me for that again.
No, he goes, no, you're good. And I went,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. He walked away like, ay.
Yeah, he was like, I can't teach Norma Jean to dance. No, thank you. Thanks.
He's so sweet.
So that was another fun episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, YouTube, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And then until next time, hopefully we'll have another movie video where we watch something. Bye!
I love Christmas!
You think you're the only Coca-Cola in the desert, Ricky?
No!
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful, bitch.
Bitch!